we go to Kansas City?
No, don't you put that in quotes.
And watch Nebraska lose
in person at the stadium.
Can they still have a good season?
Hell no, they can't.
Wow, you think the whole season really hinges on that first game?
Absolutely it does.
Wow.
I'm surprised more people aren't talking about this. But maybe it's because they're afraid.
Explain away. Are you saying that they're going to be cast with the sins of their fathers and continue the trend of letting one game snowball into a bad year?
In a way, honestly, my serious question is...
Forget they won their opener last year.
They did, and they went to a bowl last year.
You're saying
John.
It's the most important game
of the
season.
Well, they did, but they also went through a October, November to forget.
That's true.
Except for that Wisconsin game that they stormed the field for some reason.
Oh, wow. Scorpion says, as much as I'm sick of negative boys, Josh isn't wrong. They lose that game, it's GG. Doesn't that mean good game, Nick? It means the season's over. Wow. Here's why, though. If they lose this game to a team that they are better than, and I'm going to say this, Nebraska is better than Cincinnati. They have a whole host of other issues. If they can't beat this team in this environment, in front of this crowd.
Well, keep in mind that this team that they're playing.
5-7 last year. They stink.
Yeah. One game worse than Nebraska.
Wrong. 2 games worse. Nebraska won 7 games last year, John.
Yeah, but in the regular season, they were only 1 game worse.
This team stinks. If Nebraska loses to Cincinnati, the season will be a failure.
If this team stinks, how come this point spread's only what?
7?
7.
I don't know. Michigan's only a 3-point favorite over Nebraska. It's Vegas. I don't know. Things are weird. Nebraska should, you know how you say Nebraska should beat Michigan by 2 scores? Nebraska should beat Cincinnati by 2.5 to 3 scores.
Now,
well, they probably should, but that doesn't mean they will. And here, let me throw you out because we've been talking about it today. The defense.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be, I think this is a really good test for a first game. It's a beatable team.
Yeah.
But they're going to do something that's going to challenge what I think is Nebraska's weakness, and that is their run defense.
Mm-hmm. And that's a problem.
That is a problem. But couldn't you see, hey, first game out, can't quite stop the run. Cincinnati plays the clock.
Oh, God.
Keeps the score down.
Oh, God. The game ends fast, so the postgame show's on a little earlier. So you're like, yeah, you're cheering in the press box. Run the ball.
Earlier is still like 3:30 in the morning because, the rain that's going to happen. But, but the point is, I think Cincinnati could stress Nebraska to the point where, yeah, they could lose that game, but then they could also learn something from it. And it wouldn't have to be
absolutely
the boat anchor that it's been the other season. You think this team...
They're toast. Was that a pod race going on outside?
It sounded like a pod race.
Sebulba.
I get it. I get that toast. They haven't shown consistent mental fortitude before.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't think the possibility exists that they can have the mental fortitude that the Frost teams did not?
It's less about that. It's more that if they can't win this game, then they are not as good as we think that they are, and that's going to be a problem. And then every game on the schedule that we viewed as should win or might win, move them in the next category down because the schedule just got a whole lot tougher. If they can't beat this team, it's not. I don't think
this team is going to be as bad. I mean, am I saying they're going to be great?
It's not mental fortitude. It's more. They should beat this team. They should beat Cincinnati.
Should, but everybody in a season, Notre Dame should beat Northern Illinois.
Yeah, but they
didn't.
All right, now I'll go into mindset land. Notre Dame isn't afraid of a rest of a schedule for taking a loss because they are a really good program.
And so that's why I say
you both, though.
So you don't believe this program has the mindset to be able to overcome its failings?
Not if the failing is losing to this team. Definitely not.
Man, I think you're underselling Cincinnati a little bit.
No, absolutely not. Go look at their stuff on K-Ford. How bad is this team supposed to be in the Big 12 Conference? They can't beat a bottom-rung Big 12 team? Then how do we expect them to beat any of the myriad of teams on their schedule?
Because of the point that I brought up. What if they exploit the thing that Nebraska's weakest at?
Why wouldn't other teams exploit that same weakness?
But I'm saying it's
Minnesota,
possible.
Michigan. They ain't beat Michigan, let alone by 2 scores if this team runs on them. I don't know how you can do the Michigan
you're looking
game.
At this too literally. Like, if they lose this game, they absolutely can't win this game. We've seen it all the time.
Not with this program.
But that's what I'm saying. So you don't believe this program still has the mental fortitude. What would it
Column A,
take?
column B.
What would it take for you to start believing that this program has the mental fortitude to overcome mistakes and losses?
Comeback win against Michigan, or just a win against Michigan. But in particular, comeback win, late game situation, comeback win, salt the drive win, whatever it is. Close game, get it done.
What if they lose to Cincinnati, but then have a comeback win over Akron?
That would be a problem, and I would hope that I am not on Big Red Overreaction on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The K.
Okay.
God, that sounds like a horror show.
Okay.
Bad
In
pain.
serious,
Ultimate pain.
What if they lose to Cincinnati, but then have a comeback win over Michigan?
I mean, yeah, that would be really cool to see. I just don't,
See, I think
I'm going to lose hope that they can do that.
I just have a bad feeling that there's going to be, and heck, maybe some people were doing it after the bowl win last year, but folks are going to see Nebraska finish a close game, win a close game.
Yep.
And there's going to be a lot of, well, we got past that. Problem solved, country saved.
Au contraire, mon frère.
Au contraire, mon frère.
Mm-hmm.
You need to see it more consistently. You need to see it.
Yeah, they got to win one-score games multiple times this year. For the record, because this has been a bit of a trip to negative town because of you. You brought this topic up. Yeah.
Yeah. Buff is mad at you. Buffs is mad at you.
I don't care.
Scorpion, I think they're going to kick their asses. I think that they are going to win, and I think that we're going to have a very comfortable.
You're going 7-5 and think they're going to just waltz over Cincinnati.
Maybe waltz is too strong. They're going to win by 2 scores, at least 2 scores. That's not waltz.
Man, so I can't wait till we.
Nice.
Believe me, I'm not fast forwarding anything, but I am very curious to see when we get to predictions time.
Would win,
how,
should win,
how you're
going
to grade these games and how you see this team going 7-5. With
last year they whooped Colorado's ass and they still went 6-6. Like this program, until they start doing it, I'm not going to believe that they can do it.
So as well as we all do, that goofy things happen in college football all the time.
Yeah,
goofy things happen in sports all the
time. Goofy things happen in life, Nick.
What if they lose this game just to kind of shake the rust off, but then they just steamroll the rest of the schedule up until Michigan because they're not going to beat Michigan?
So the rest of the schedule, 2 games? That's 2 games. If they lose and then they beat Akron and Houston Christian 100-0 each, I won't care.
Now, listen, Josh is talking about, comfortably beating Cincinnati.
Right.
They better comfortably beat Houston Christian and Akron.
Yeah, that will be nothing to me.
Then why do you think that I guess I don't understand why you think if they lose to Cincinnati, then it's just a throwaway season.
I didn't say throwaway. It's just they're not going to be as good as, because Cincinnati stinks. They have a bad coach.
Yeah, but stinky teams with bad coaches do well sometimes.
Okay, not around here. What are you arguing? I don't even know what your point is.
I guess I'm confused about your whole take on if Nebraska losing, if they lose to Cincy, then it's just going to be
a loss.
Terrible.
Yeah, it'll probably be a 500 to sub 500 season again.
I don't think it'll snowball I don't think it'll compound like that.
Why not? If they can't beat this team, then why would you have faith that they could beat Michigan or Minnesota or Michigan State? Certainly not Iowa. Certainly not Penn State. That's 5 other games right there. And we're counting this one at 6.
See, but that kind of goes back to the.
Wouldn't it be
you're
too
talking
early
about
to tell?
Cincinnati being this bad
Why wouldn't
team?
It be too early to tell?
Because I've seen them do this. They lose openers, and then it's just like, it wasn't that they lost to Northwestern or even how they lost to Northwestern. It was the fact that a team that bad beat them that was proof again to say, if you can't be, John, they won 1 game, and I don't think they're Cincinnati. I don't mean to relitigate previous eras, but if you can't beat a team that is that poor, then you're just not a good team.
I just think you're underselling. You're just underselling Cincinnati here.
Nah,
I'm not saying they're great, but they're not dog meat. I don't think they're
not dog meat, but they're not a good team. I
can't wait to hear you marry this with 7-5.
I also don't think that they have a good coach. Part of it's that too.
You got a blind spot to anyone named Satterfield.
Well, I was proven right last year.
Now,
by the way, Ty brings up a great point.
I know. I was just going to read this comment too.
What's the Husker record when the zone broadcasts at game location? Not good.
All right. So the first time that I remember the station doing like a 2-show trip was for the Big Ten opener against Wisconsin in 2011.
Lost.
You guys went to Ohio State the next year.
Lost.
You went to the Big Ten championship game that next year. Then we didn't go on any trips for a while. 2014, no trip. 2015, no trip. 16, no trip. 17, 8, 19. John, what happened?
Lost.
And then last year, I mean,
we had 2 pre-games at Memorial Stadium, lost, and then 1 and lost.
1-5. That's 1-5.
We're 1-5 when we're on location.
Bad.
To do pregame shows, which is a great reminder that we hope to have home pregame shows this season.
We do. I do have another question for you guys.
Okay.
I know we, Nebraska media, has all been basically saying that the first game is basically a Nebraska home game.
Yes.
Everybody's going to go down.
It
there.
is.
It'll be
It's
like
a Nebraska
75% red.
And like it's a home game as far as the fans go, right?
Yep.
Like I get that, but it's still. Do you think we're underselling the environment? The fact that it's such
it's a
bigger
different
stage, different stadium, a bigger stage.
I mean,
I don't know
the
if it's
stadium is the same size as Memorial.
Yeah.
It's built differently, but it's got the same
I don't think it's a
capacity.
bigger stage.
You don't think
I mean,
there'll be like a different perception player wise?
No, I mean they played Ohio State on national television. That they're used to that type of stuff.
Besides,
but in terms of the consistent,
Dylan Raiola is Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
yeah,
it's the same
waking
thing.
up in your bed like they're not going to have the usual thing of a regular home game. But
If anything, they may even be more jacked because
maybe a little too jacked. They got to calm the hell down early in the game, to be honest. Because I mean, everyone's really excited for the start of the season.
sure.
Dan writes, I think trying to get back at me. How bad was ASU supposed to be last year? Fair. They're supposed to be the last place team in the Big 12. But if you think Cincinnati is going to be a good team in the Big 12, then we disagree. I do not think that they will be a contender in the conference, let alone the conference champion.
Well, apparently, you don't think Nebraska is going to be a good team in the Big Ten. They're going 7-5.
I think they're going 7-5. I think they're going 7-5. 4-5 team in the.
I mean, to
conference.
me, if I were to pick 7-5, and I'm not saying I am or I'm not, but
Yeah, you're picking 9-3 or 10-2.
it would probably include a loss to Cincinnati.
Really? Wow. Definitely not for me. I gave you 5 teams: Minnesota, Michigan State, Iowa, or not Oregon.
Michigan.
No, okay. Let me do this again: Michigan, Michigan State, Minnesota, Iowa, Penn State. There's 5 right there. That's easy peasy.
Michigan State. They're the Cincinnati of the Big Ten.
All right, throw Maryland in there.
Michigan State. Is
What about
kinda Nebraska?
USC or UCLA?
Well, that's a better one.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd say UCLA.
There, I got to
US
5. You can get to 5 fast. It's really easy to get to 5, even with a win over Cincinnati. John, if they lose to Cincinnati, you better up that number. But they're not going to. They're going to win by 2 scores.
Put it on the list.
And we'll be doing a happy post-game show at 4:30 in the morning because of the rain delay that you're wishing upon us. Who's being negative now?